Hello everyone, I'm behind the camera today. It is Sunday, I think it's the 18th. And I've been reflecting upon the fact that my father has been triggering my memory and having me reflect upon my childhood and things that he did, in particular his interest in silver. So in his guiding me from beyond, I have decided to unpack some things, and his picture. I wanted to show you a few things today. My spiritual parents came to me in dreams, and they are a very powerful, wonderful knowledge that I have now. So this is a main altar for me now. All things have evolved. My altar is not anywhere near as eclectic as it used to be. However, I guess I've kind of expanded to 3 altars instead of just one. Now, being a life path number 5, which of course relates to Ganesha and Oshun, I had as a young girl been shown money from other countries, and I saved it. I even had a coin from Africa, I believe. It said Mula, and I don't know where it is. But the little bag I had it in, I used to keep in my car because the car represented traveling. Mind you, this was before I knew what my life path number 5 was actually all about. So I had it on my altar, but since I've moved into this apartment, the little bag was falling apart, so I took the money out. And you know, I just went to Mexico, and I'm thinking of going back. Look what I found. A bunch of pesos. Also, seashells, I've heard, can represent money. And over here I've got a Canadian dollar and a Hong Kong, believe it or not, a coin from Hong Kong. So I don't know where my Moolah coin went, but now, what else do I have here? I have this bracelet with little tiny chips of diamonds. I never wear it. I'm just thrilled to death to give it to Oshun. And then I've got gold in a little jar here. I need to add some water to it so it can float. These are representations of money, excuse me. And then, of course, I made money powder. I learned how to make magical powders many years ago. I've been on this path now since 2000. Money powder. And I could leave it open and let it charge. I try not to get messy. So, and I've been messy for a long time, so I'll leave that next to her. And then, of course, I've got a magnet to represent the attraction of money. Well, in this case here, pesos. And the dice I've had for a long time, representing luck. So this is an honoring of my spiritual parents, as well as being able to talk to them today and tell them what my concerns are regarding money, and offering them some currency, doesn't matter where it's from, as well. Now, moving on down to the floor here, I have 3 boxes for altars because I had 3 altars. So I thought I would share with you what I've got. I have a few things related to my twin soul, which I usually had him on my main altar. So it doubled as a shrine/altar. Again, I have a nice big jar I got from a garage sale that I put some magical powders in. This one is for protection, protective wall. Very important thing to have all the time, I think. And then I've got angel powder. I've used that to call forth an angel, I think it was the angels, an angel came in the hour of the sun, woke me up at my window and gave me an answer to a question. And then here, oh, double fast luck. That can be helpful when you need a little bit of money quickly. What else have I got here? Oh, seashells. I love seashells. That's the Oshun in me. There are her earrings and some rings for her. I had such a messy altar. I'm trying not to be so messy. I've got lotus oil, which is the word I was given many, many years ago in the beginning, which I use to really connect with my twin soul and the dead. What else here I've got? What's this one? Oh, an empty jar. So I think I bought these for 10 cents at a yard sale one time when I was making. And then I've got representations of money, for the psychological connection to attracting money. And then so I've got my incense, a fake lottery ticket thing. And then I've got resins that I would burn on a charcoal here. Okay, so what I'm really looking for right now is something that I can burn for my father. Let's see what's in here. I moved from a 3-bedroom house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, to this tiny studio apartment with the goal in mind of rebuilding, my financial security closer to what I had received from my mother as an inheritance. I have a ceramic ashtray that looks like a seashell. Okay, there's my atame and my sword. Oh boy, I think maybe this is it. Is this it? What's that? Oh, more gemstones and rocks. Just plain rocks that I like and I pick up and I put them on my altar. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, then I've got more incense, which I have to burn incredibly sparingly because it really bothers my eyes and my sinuses. So I'm gonna probably set it up and burn it here by the window. I'm also in a non-smoking building, so I am not. Oh, there's Archangel Michael for protection. I am not able to allow, anything that smells like cigarette smoke. Have them think that I'm smoking in here. Okay, there's the bison. What's this? Candle holder. Candle holder. I like this one because it's the 5-pointed star. I put tea light candles in there. And then, well, I guess I've lost, there it is, of course, the very last thing that I unpack, the seashell. Now, what I was really trying to show you was the tobacco. I have a package of tobacco that I used to burn in here in front of a picture of my father. Because like it or not, he smoked. He loved to smoke. He never quit smoking. So, as I was struggling last year with everything, if you've been following me, I started burning my fake toy money and tobacco for him and for my mother. So I don't know where it is now. It's very frustrating because Well, I can go buy a packet of tobacco again for a few dollars, right? So let's say, for example, by the way, I got this at the dollar store many years ago. Let me see if I can get up now. Oh, excuse me. Let's say this is my father's picture, and I've made a video about honoring your ancestors. Today is Sunday, and I might put on a piece of music on YouTube because he was a musician. Say, hey, Daddy, here you go. And I might talk to him and tell him, actually today I would say thank you. I've got to find his picture here somewhere. Thank you, Daddy, for triggering my memory and guiding me to look into silver. Now, the other thing that I'm thinking about doing today is burning something to help my children. Now, these are pictures of my children when they were very young, so I don't really have a problem showing you. But they are currently working in this economy. I know that they are struggling. Both of them have also had health issues that they're dealing with. My daughter says she is better now. I don't exactly know what's going on. They are not even feeling like they have the time or the desire to contact me. So I would take something. She made this for me. Both of them were very frightened and attentive to me after my gallbladder surgery. She made this for me, so I pulled this out. I've saved several things. Oh, here's the other one she made me with a little heart on it that says, I love you. So then I would also take that and put in between here for both of them and just probably burn some fake money as soon as I can get it. Right? Why not? I know where my daughter is working. I don't know what else is going on, but I know enough to know that they're working, probably living paycheck to paycheck. Now over here, I don't have an altar set out specifically for my mom and my dad and my other relatives. Some of my relatives were financially well off and really don't need me to burn a bunch of money. But now here's a picture of me and my mother. I don't mind showing you that. I took her to Catalina. She was so grateful. You would have think that I took her to France or something. So she loved her kitty cat, and there she is with her kitty cat. She had lots of cats. She turned into the cat lady. This morning I gave her coffee. When I make coffee, I just give, on almost every day or on Thursdays, to Fortuna. Fortuna resembles my mother with the red hair. My mother loved coffee, and I have that habit now. So I make the coffee and I give her the first part and say, here, Mom, coffee, fresh coffee. Fortuna, coffee. And then her favorite perfume was Windsong, but she also loved this one called First by Van Cleef and Arpels. And we sort of have a connection to that because she loved fragrance and I'm crazy about fragrance. And she had this on one day and I said, oh, what are you wearing? And she said, First by Van Cleef and Arpels. Isn't it wonderful? It's very expensive. And I said, well, it smells like it. So I opened this and I turned it over and put some on my finger and I just rubbed it on her head, under her nose, on her chest, and then underneath here on this little area, and then under my nose and on the sides of my ears. So you do not have to have an elaborate setup. You really don't. In fact, she's next to Fortuna. So it's not necessarily a specific kind of dedicated space. But those are things she loves and that's as complicated as it needs to be in the beginning.